What's good? It's your boy Trouble T Roy. Hit Don't Get Hit Boxing Talk. Back with another one. And it goes. So, actually, first of all, before I even get to what I'm here for, I gotta say ESPN Plus card on Friday was fire. Munguia, he went in there, did his thing. Once again, especially off a comeback loss, a comeback stoppage from Canelo. He came back and did his thing. I think he's gonna be that guy. He's gonna definitely be one of those guys, if not that guy, at 168 once Canelo is out of here. That's just me personally. He says he'll fight Berlanga next, or he'll fight Plant. I think he stops both of them pretty easily, me personally, because Berlanga didn't show anything in the Canelo fight that impressed me other than he survived. He stepped into survival mode, which I talked about in my last video. You can go back to the last video and you hear me talk about that. And Plant, as good as a fighter as he is, Munguia has very good conditioning. He could fight for 12 rounds and not slow down, whereas Plant has been known to gas out 7-8 rounds into a fight, and that's not good, especially against a guy like Munguia who's going to keep coming forward. I don't think Munguia is the perfect fighter, but he's getting better and better every time I see him. So that's my opinion on that, real quick. You know what I'm saying? Y'all feel how y'all feel, but the whole card was fire. I think out of between the co-mains, the main, the undercards, I think there was only one fight that didn't end by stoppage or knockout, if I'm correct. That's just between the undercard, co-main, and main. I don't know. I didn't watch the prelims. I don't know if there were prelims or not, but I didn't get to watch the prelims, but that's neither here or there. So, but yeah, man. Yeah, fire. Anyways, getting into what I am here for, real briefly. Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois. Now, me personally, coming into the fight, I just had to watch it right now. It's Sunday night. I didn't get to watch it live because I was asleep. Yeah, I forgot I'm so used to the fights being, 7 p.m. Pacific time and shit. Yeah, I forgot that this was, this is overseas, UK, Wembley, whatever. And yeah, so I missed the fight. I woke up right after it ended, actually, because I'd be sleeping during the day because I work at night most of the time. But I'll say this. Me personally, my prediction was Anthony Joshua stopping Daniel Dubois. His name is so weird to me, but anyways, stopping Daniel Dubois in somewhere in the middle, 5-6 rounds in. How funny, how ironic. And that did not happen. So I watched the fight, see what everybody been talking about, because everybody's saying that Joshua's washed and he's done, he needs to retire, yada, yada, yada. So I'm like, let me go ahead and watch this, because most of the time, if I don't watch a fight live, I won't even watch it. I'll go back to like the highlights just to see. But I was like, let me go ahead and watch this fight all the way through. And I did. And what I saw was, for one, I'm going to start with Anthony Joshua because technically he's the A side. I saw Anthony Joshua that didn't really look motivated. Let me move this. Didn't really look motivated. It kind of looked like he was there more so just to make it a quick fight. He hasn't had a 12-round fight in his since Franklin, and before that he lost twice to Usyk. So after Franklin, he comes back. He comes back strong, knocking out 3 different opponents: Hellenius, Wallen, and Ngannou. Easy fights, easy work. He feeling good about himself, you know. And coming into this fight, he seemed like it seemed like he kind of underestimated Daniel. He underestimated his power. He underestimated his speed. He underestimated his reflexes, because Dubois' reflexes in this fight was, you know, really good. Every time Anthony Joshua would throw a jab, Dubois was coming over the top of it with something else, a straight right or his own jab. You know what I'm saying? And he looked really good. So now I'm talking about Dubois. Basically, Anthony Joshua, he looked like he was coming for. I feel like he underestimated Dubois. And honestly, I don't know what Anthony Joshua could have done better. He seemed very trigger shy. He seemed a little tense. You know, seemed like he wasn't all the way there at certain times, or just almost like he was just looking for that right hand. I noticed he kept throwing that uppercut at times, and it would land, but it just wasn't enough to slow Dubois down, which was very interesting, you know. But it just shows Dubois has a pretty good damn chin, you know. I don't think his chin has ever been questioned, but I think if those same shots that Anthony Joshua was throwing at Dubois, I feel like they would have hit a lower level boxer a little different. He probably put a lot of people out with that. But Daniel Dubois, speak on him now, he came with some fire. You know, his last few fights, he's just been coming with fire. And you know who I blame this on?
It's not that. It's boxing. It's not ballet. It's not dancing. Daniel, you young. You can dream. Man, dude, relax, man. It's boxing. It's tough sport, brother.
Nah, I'm just playing. I ain't gonna blame it on him. I mean, if it was motivation for him, then good. Because I think he brought out the beast in Dubois. Maybe those Daniels, he's been on fire for the last his last 3 fights. I believe he's had 2 or 3. Big Baby Miller, a couple of others or whatever. He's been on fire. You know what I'm saying? So this just showed it showed that he was definitely prepping himself through his last few fights to get into this situation where he could become a champion. He was taking it serious. He's young. Obviously, he's hungry. I mean, I used to have a lot of doubts about him, like, say, 2-3 years back when he was first going, because he was just so, is he going to show up? Is he not going to show up? What is he going to do? You know, stuff like that. Like, I was never sure on him, but the way that he fought yesterday, he fought like he wanted to be a champion and like he deserved to be a champion, and I believe he earned it, especially against a 2-time heavyweight world champion. He came in there like he was the former world champion, or like he was the veteran in the ring, you know, which that's a great look, and I hope he continues to fight like that. I give Dubois all the respect for what he did, because I didn't expect that at all. 90%, 85 to 90% of me knew that AJ was just going to go in there and knock his head off. Being real. I knew AJ was going to go in there and knock Dubois' head straight the fuck off of his body. I knew it. And it was the exact opposite. And I think AJ felt like it. I think he got it. he got too comfortable and he underestimated Dubois. I really think he did. You know, coming off of 3 dominating fights, you know, you feeling good about yourself, and then you like, Daniel Dubois, what is he gonna do, man? You know, he just beat Big Baby Miller, Big Baby Pills. Nobody worry about that dude. You know what I'm saying? But no, Daniel came in there and was like, nah, this is nah, you think you know me. You don't know me like you think you do. I've been playing y'all motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, I was very impressed. And I don't know what Anthony Joshua really has left. You know? I think he was more, I think he thought he was, I don't know if he was even mentally prepared. I don't think he's really, that fire's just not there no more in my opinion. Even the way he carries himself in the ring, the way he moves, the way he throws his shots, he's off balance a lot. It seems like he don't seem, when he gets hit, he just gets off balance. And it's like, dang, dude. He gets off balance and he's just like kind of, he's just all over the place all of a sudden. It's like, dang. This ain't the same Anthony Joshua I remember years ago when I first found out about him. I was like, this dude's a beast. He's just running through motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Ain't the same one. Maybe it's just that time. Maybe it's time to go ahead and, because I don't know what he does. Does he come back and fight Dubois? And does he come up with a new game plan to beat him? I don't know if there's a game plan to beat something like that. If you holding back on pulling the trigger that much because you're afraid to get hit at this point, because that's how Anthony Joshua has been fighting since he got beat by Andy Ruiz years ago. Ever since he got beat by him, he's never came back like he really wants a fight, like a dog fight type shit. He fights like he doesn't want to get hit. And it makes me wonder if, I mean, just, I don't know. I mean, I ain't never doubted his chin before, but now it's kind of like, I don't know, getting older, 34 years old. I don't know when he turns 35, but he's going to be halfway through his 30s once, or he's going to be starting the second half of his 30s in a little bit, you know. Body start changing. Harder to stay in shape. I don't know how much he worked. I don't know if he worked as hard as he normally would for any other championship fight. I don't know. I didn't look into what was going on in the gyms and nothing like that, but just the way he performed, just the way Anthony Joshua performed, it was kind of like, yeah, I don't know if that, I just don't think that fire is still there. I don't know. I can't say that because I don't know really well, but taking the loss to Andy Ruiz, you know, getting the belt back, and then going up against somebody like Usyk and getting beat twice in a row, even mentally alone, I know that fucks up a boxer's head. You know, even if you wasn't knocked out, this just we've already seen how emotional Anthony Joshua could be, so you can't sit here and act like getting beat doesn't affect the boxers. They might seem cool, whatever, but that's because they're physical people who don't want to show. Obviously, they ain't gonna show weakness, or if they do show it, ain't gonna be them crying. It's gonna be them throwing a fit or some shit, or tantrum type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like what he did after he lost the belts to Alexander Usyk the first time. You know, that's an emotional breakdown right there. And we know Anthony Joshua, he's a very emotional dude. He's passionate. I ain't gonna say emotional. He's passionate, and passion does lead to wherever your emotions is going. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I don't know if Anthony Joshua wants to go ahead and run it back, or, I mean, there's other fights he could take, but I don't know if he is mentally, you know, stable or strong enough. I ain't gonna say stable because that was making it sound like he has mental issues, and I'm sure he ain't got mental issues, but stable Being stable is another thing. Being mentally stable to be punched in the face repeatedly, that's the thing. And that's why there's only so many boxers in this world. It's not that many. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I give it to Danny, man, or Daniel. I gotta stop saying Danny because I feel like I'm talking about other bitch ass. Anyways, I give it to Daniel Dubois. He did his thing. He earned every bit of what he did. You know what the funny thing was too, when Anthony Joshua trying to low key, not humiliate, but kind of taunt Daniel Dubois after that fourth round. He gonna welcome him back to his own corner and everything like that. You know, smiling and stuff like that. Like he ain't getting his ass beat. Like, you know, he was trying to psych himself up mentally. That's how I know. That's why I talk about being mentally stable. He was trying to psych himself up mentally so he could get back into that stableness, because he was gone already and he knew it. So you gotta, sometimes, you know, like you doing something with somebody or whatever, you losing the game or something, you gotta psych yourself up and you might talk some shit. Talk your shit. I'm losing, but I'm gonna talk my shit because I'm about to come back. And that's what he was trying to do. But I mean, you know, it's like he was trying to put young Daniel Dubois in his place. You know what I'm saying? But he ended up just, you know, but Joshua just ended up getting put on his face. So I don't know, bro. He tried to put him in his place. End up getting put on his face. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. It just is what it is, bro. But you know, nah, man. I don't know what. I didn't watch the press conference, the post-fight press conference, and everything, so I don't know what they was talking about. I might go back and watch that later. I ain't really, you know, I really don't be worried about those. I focus more on what their actions are. What are they gonna do with their actions? Not what they say, but what they actually gonna do. Because people be saying one thing, end up, oh yeah, he's doing this, you know, type shit. So it is what it is. Crazy fight, great fight. My prediction was totally wrong, but I'm totally happy with it because this boxing is heavyweight boxing at that. This is the one thing I could appreciate too. The new wave of heavyweight boxing is making their way in. Making its way in. The new wave of boxing in general. But I'm speaking particularly on heavyweight because heavyweight has been trashed for so long. And we need this. We need shit like this. We need... I mean, unfortunately, some of y'all gonna be mad, but Americans ain't doing it no more for boxing like that. Not in every weight class. It's just not like that. You know what I'm saying? There's people to blame for that, but some of y'all ain't gonna do it. Some of y'all afraid to, or just too much of a fanboyish type to be able to say the real shit. But there are people responsible for why boxing went downhill the way it did, but that's a whole nother story. We ain't gonna get into it. But I'm just glad to see what's happening in boxing is happening the way it is, because it's like things are finally getting put back in place. Things are finally getting put back in place. I grew up watching boxing with my dad, you know, with family. Grew up, you know, all the way up until the 2000 teens, the 2000 mid-teens is when everything started just shifting and going downhill. So I'm finally, 10 years later, it's good to finally see boxing trying to work itself back into place. Get back into the grooves that they're supposed to be in. That's supposed to be in, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. What happened to Joshua? I wish Joshua the best. It's not a bad thing. He's still a warrior in my eyes. I still think he had a great career. I don't know if he decides to retire or keep on going. I kind of wish he would just go ahead and retire. If he gonna keep fighting like that, go ahead and retire, because, you know, it is what it is. You did enough. You got money. You good. Start a promotion or start doing some stuff. Start doing some stuff financially for yourself. Enjoy your family, your friends, and all that stuff. That's how I look at it. Let Dubois support Daniel Dubois in his run. You know what I'm saying? I support all the young guys in their run if they're really serious. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about it. Man, I done went 20 minutes already. I don't even feel like I've been talking for 5. So on that note, go ahead, like, comment, share, subscribe. You know, it's your boy, Trouble T. Roy. Don't get hit, boxing talk. And we out. Peace.